everybody. Joyce here with the Traveling Gamblers, and I am here with Jon. Hello, Jon.
Hello, Joyce.
And today is day 12 of 26 days living on the edge. Cruise ship, that is. And what we did yesterday was we went to Malaga, Spain. Oh my goodness.
That was...
What? First of all, we were exhausted when we woke up because we stayed up very late watching us go through the Strait of Gibraltar and passing by Africa, which was very exciting. We met Christina and Nelson down at the gangway, and we did a hop-on, hop-off tour today. And it was super easy, and it was so much fun.
We were able to purchase the tickets right in the terminal.
Right in the terminal. So the terminal in Malaga is really interesting.
Yes.
Looked just like a miniature airport terminal.
Yeah.
And as Jon said, we purchased the tickets there. They were $35 a piece, or 35 euros a piece. And you could do just the hop-on, hop-off for 25 euros a piece. But we opted to purchase the $35 ones because it included the entrance fee for, I think it was 6 or 8 places, and we wanted to go to some of those places, or at least have the option to. So we purchased the 35 euro one, and we just walked out of the terminal, and right there in the parking lot was the hop-on, hop-off bus, and we sat up top where it was open, and it was very cool.
They give you headphones and you can listen to the recording. They narrate the trip.
And it's a guided tour via the headphones.
So after you try to figure out what language to get to, it took us a while to get to.
There's 8, well, we knew which language, but it took us a while to find it.
Yes.
There are 8 different languages. So that's really good to know. And that was included in the price. And you just keep your headphones with you. They give them to you in a sealed package. And you just take them with you when you get off.
And remember, if you're sitting on the top, you have to duck every now and then because the branches are kind of low at some places.
Well, Jon's being generous when he says you have to duck every now and then. You have to duck if you're sitting in the outside seat, which I was, and I'm short. I'm 5'2", and I had to duck a lot, especially, I would say, the first quarter of it and then the last quarter of it. So we opted to stay on. We were on the red route, and we opted to stay on to go through the entire loop that came back to the ship so that we could see everything first and then decide where we wanted to get off. And there were 4 things that we wanted to see at stop number 12. So we opted to do that.
So you know what they say, best laid plans.
Of mice and men.
Yes.
So much for that. When we got off the bus, we were at stop 12, and right there on the walk in front of us was restaurant after restaurant after restaurant with alfresco seating, and we were hungry.
Yes.
By this time, it was about 12:30. We decided to look at all the different menus, and we picked a place, and we sat down. And so it was the 4 of us, me and Jon and Christina and Nelson, and we had a traditional Spanish lunch. It was tapas, and we thought it was, you chose 5 different tapas for 14 euros, and it turned out that when we got the bill, it was a little bit more than that, because that would have been the chef's choice tapas that we would have had to have had, and we chose different ones. So we didn't know that. And I felt like that was a little bit, tiny bit misleading, but that's okay.
The locals ate there. So.
Yes, and it ended up being $4 a piece instead of 5 for 14. It was 5 for 20.
There's so many restaurants and cafes. I mean, just that one area.
It was actually tough to choose. You can see here all the different options that we chose, and it was really nice. So Christina and Nelson chose 5 items, and Jon and I chose 5 items. and we kind of mixed and matched and we all shared, and everything was really good. The only thing I didn't really care for was the tomato toast, because the tomato was not very ripe.
It wasn't a Jersey tomato.
No.
No.
We weren't in Jersey, that's for sure. But the weather was absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The day was amazing.
And I think this hop on, hop off is something to do all through Europe. We'll find out.
Yes.
Because that was amazing.
Absolutely.
And it's worth it. I mean, it's not that expensive. And you could just do your own thing. Our plans were to see some Picasso museum and where he was born and things like that. So we didn't do that today because I'm nervous about getting back on the ship on time. So the next time we're here, we're going to start the day earlier, and we will be here again, and I don't remember when.
November
we'll be here again.
Yeah.
So that will be on our list of things to do.
It will.
Because I really wanted to see that.
And it's great because we're going to be here with 2 other sets of friends.
Yes.
And actually 3 other sets of friends, and friends of ours, Michael and Linda, that are coming on that trip, coincidentally have it booked at the same time as us. They are going with, I think, 7 or 9 other people. So when we do it again in November, Jon and I will already have had the experience of Malaga and what it's like and kind of where to go and what to do. And it was just an amazing day. And then after lunch, we went back to the bus stop. As Jon said, he was a little nervous. We didn't need to be back on board until 4:30. And at this point, it was like 20 after 1. So we went, yeah. And sitting here now, I think he realizes that he was nervous. And hopefully the more we do this, the more relaxed he'll get. And that's okay. We went back to the bus stop, which was literally right there by the restaurant. And we talked to the lady because we wanted to get some kind of like a local pastry and try the coffee. And we didn't have time to do that. And she said, instead of getting back on the bus now at stop 12, which will take you an hour on the bus to go back to the ship, you can walk down the street
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Right.
And over to bus stop number 5. And then the bus stop for the ship was number 7. So instead of going from 12 to 7, which would have taken an hour, we could go from 5 to 7 and
10 minutes.
Not even 10 minutes.
But the other good part about that is we passed some more restaurants and the excavation.
Oh, the salt mine thing. We have a picture.
Yeah.
This.
Yes.
It was amazing. 300 AD. Okay.
So on the tour, we found out that the port was the oldest port in Spain, over 3,000 years old, I believe is what they said.
Yes.
That's
yes.
amazing.
The architecture, everything about it, and beautiful and clean, and the people were super friendly and kind and helpful. And I say that because, you know, throughout our lives, we've heard about, you know, going to Europe and that, you know, maybe they're not as welcoming to tourists. And we found that to not be the case in any way, shape, or form.
Plenty of people spoke English. It was like...
Everybody did. I'm very excited to come back in November. I'm very excited for the rest of our trip, but it's really nice gaining some of this information and being able to make plans a little bit better the next time around.
And walking through that park, it was amazing.
Amazing.
It was like they have these little water fountains.
Yeah, all these statues were in that one park that were right near the bus stop.
Yes.
It was absolutely amazing. I was in awe the entire day. It was phenomenal. And we came back to the ship and we were back on board by like 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
So we had definitely had plenty of time. And the 4 of us went directly to Cafe El Baccio. We had some iced coffee, relaxed for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then Jon and I came back to the cabin and we went out on our balcony and relaxed some more. Then we got ready to go to dinner, and we went to the Rooftop Garden Grill. They changed their menu starting today. So we ordered some different things that you can see here. This was a crudité with 3 different dips. And we also had this is the feta and watermelon salad with
really
a little
good,
bit of a twist to it from what we were used to having. That was very good. And I had the barbecue chicken, and you had the
lamb chops.
The lamb chops. And then for dessert, we had the cookie, which we didn't take a picture of because you guys have seen that before.
So after we ate, everybody was standing by the side of the ship, and we're wondering what they're looking at. And they were the cutest little dolphins.
I don't think they were really so little. I think it was just that they were far away. But there were
hundreds of them.
Hundreds of them. I was going to say hundreds of them, and I wasn't sure. Amazing. Take a look at this. It's incredible. We have the full video of this separately that we're going to be putting up on our YouTube channel. It's just a couple minutes long, but it is incredible. And after we recorded these beautiful dolphins having fun, we came back to our cabin and we did a little bit of work. And then we went to a rock show in the theater called Rebel at 9 o'clock. And they were very good, very entertaining. And we enjoyed it very much. We were exhausted, so we came back to our cabin and we called it quits for the night early, because this morning we had to get up super early because today we are in Cartagena, Spain. And we will tell you about today tomorrow.
And on that note,
thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful day.